Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to start out today by thanking all of you for the kindness that I've seen that's spreading around this whole community. It's meant a lot to get to know so many of you better, and I hope that you and your loved ones are healthy, safe, and stocked up. This is a bit of an unusual video, in that normally I would make a video about some ways that you can improve your painting or your mindset around art, but right now that just doesn't feel quite right. So I wanted to share a time lapse of a recent portrait commission and talk instead about what a positive impact artists have right now and how we can continue to bolster our communities and ourselves right now. So in this video, I'm going to share 5 things that I've observed that artists can do right now to help themselves as well as their communities. To start off, I want to share just how bright our community is shining right now. Whether you're an oil painter, an illustrator, a digital artist, a musician, a dancer, whatever the case may be, thank you for sharing the work you do right now. In a place of such uncertainty, people are turning to us to lift their spirits. I'm seeing pianists host concerts via Facebook Live, dancers sharing their at-home practices so people can follow along, and so many painters sharing their studios and their tutorials right now. And it's not just professionals. I saw a woman share a Facebook video that her mother made of her playing a hymn on the piano. And whether you're religious or not, it was just such a beautiful piece of playing, and she played it with such emotion that you couldn't help but feel moved watching it. And I know this is one of tens of thousands of posts just like this that probably just went out today. So I hope you'll share the things that make you happy. A painting you're proud of, a video of you sketching, whatever the case may be, if it brings you joy, share that joy with others. And don't forget that when you see people sharing things that they may not normally, if it lifts your spirits, don't hesitate to share that with them. We could all use a bit more connection right about now. On that note, if you like this video or you've enjoyed any of the videos on my channel, please let me know by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. That way you know when I post new videos or host social distancing live streams that I started to do last week. And it also lets other people find this and hopefully get some joy or inspiration or words of comfort from it right now. But I've also found that there's a lot that we can do beyond sharing our work. Without activities out of the house, a lot of us are turning to home workouts, gardening, baking, obsessive levels of spring cleaning. But even with these things, I'm finding that I'm painting so much more. So the next thing I want to talk about is, I think a lot of us have a goal in mind for our work. Whether it's something short-term like creating a successful painting of a particular subject or experimenting and further developing our technique. Personally, I'd like to focus on creating work that feels every bit as real while showcasing even looser, juicier brushwork. But I'm taking that one painting at a time, and I'm being mindful of the types of paintings that lend themselves to developing this versus those that don't. For instance, I find it very hard to be loose in a portrait commission, but find it much easier when painting flowers. So I'm careful to set myself up for small incremental successes here. And I'm also much more likely to reward my efforts and notice changes in my painting habits rather than rewarding myself only when the painting turned out as I had hoped. What if you don't have a goal, or you do and you aren't sure how to go about it? Whether this is the case for you or not, brushing up on painting exercises, be it a timed still life, color charts, experiments with tools and materials, learning anatomy, or master copies, this is a fantastic way to develop your skills. I could probably devote a whole video just to this topic, so if you'd like to hear me talk about how you can use each of these exercises to learn more about exactly what each of them are and how to execute them, be sure to let me know in the comments. Finally, if you have a painting business, whether it's a side hustle, your full-time job, or you simply like to take commissions here or there, this is a great time to try new things, experiment, take time to try approaches you hadn't before to generating revenue, or I guess a much better way to put it is bringing value to those around you. For me, for instance, that means putting together real-time painting tutorials. I know that I had wanted to do this for some time, but thought of it as something that I would hopefully get around to starting to do by the end of the year. Now that feels kind of silly. So, in addition to the 10-minute time lapses you see on my channel here, you would also have the option to watch me work in real time and understand my thought process behind each brushstroke. It also means taking the time to create more personal pieces beyond the commission work that I take. I'd actually hoped to work with a model before we knew what we had in store with this crisis, but even though that's been postponed, I can still paint outdoors or set up still life compositions that let me develop my portfolio and what you come to associate with my name without putting myself or others at risk. Sure, it may not be exactly what I would have envisioned, but at the same time, I can't take this time for granted. Maybe I am not able to work with a model or go on a plein air trip right now, but that doesn't mean that I should shut down the opportunity to continue to explore what kinds of pieces I want to make and what I want those to look like. Normally, it might be hard to fit this extra time in, regardless of which activity you might want to pursue. My hope, though, is that in some small way, this video can help you keep yourself active, positive, and connected with those around you. So to recap, here are the 5 things that you can do as an artist during this crisis. First is to share your work with those around you. Second is to really spend time lifting up and connecting with other artists when they share their work. Third is to use the extra time to work on goals that always felt like they were just a little bit too distant to be within reach. Fourth is to brush up on painting exercises like timed paintings, still lifes, color charts, learning anatomy, master copies, etc. And then fifth, if you have a painting business, this is a great time to try things you had not done before to bring more value to everyone in your community. My hope is that you'll see this as permission to share your work with more people and deepen your connections. In such an uncertain and anxious time for so many people, sharing your creativity can go a long way to brighten other people's lives. If you'd like to share something nice in the comments to brighten the day for others, I know that we would all love to hear from you. And because this is such an unusual time, if you'd like to request any topics for my next video, I hope you'll comment with that as well. Whether it's something related to what's going on right now, or maybe even going back to regular painting topics, or maybe a Q&A video. I want to know how I can help you. As usual, I have a lot more videos coming up, so if you'd like to make sure that you see the next one when it comes out, please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I look forward to hearing from all of you and hope that you and your loved ones are healthy and stocked up. Until next time, I hope you all stay safe and wish you happy painting. Thanks for watching.